Welcome to the Urban Cowgirl Show. Well, we're continuing to do cow work with the Mini Zebus in this season 31 thread, but we're not bringing the heifers into the arena today. We're working with Sadie because we're not getting the stop we want from her, and she keeps getting into our space. Now, I'm Sonia Sokolow, the Urban Cowgirl, and Anielle, who works with me and has her own horse, is getting to know Sadie. And I'm coming out here to show you what tools I'm going to use today. I couldn't find my expensive blue flag. It's in one of my tack rooms and I don't know where. So I just took a blue piece of plastic, used a fireplace tool, and lightweight. I have a stick that I got off the ground. And a while back I made this tool with caution tape. It has plastic on it. We're gonna get Sadie's attention. We're gonna apply pressure when we don't get the right answer. We are going to try to do walk, trot, and canter and get good stops without using reins to ask her to stop, other than a little bumping. And then, we don't know if we'll get to today. I'm coming to the camera again, there's only two of us. But we are going to use a cow simulator to give Sadie practice, to give us a stop and an energetic back. Sadie is a horsenality that is not go-y. Horsenality is a term coined by Pirellis. I would say that she is a left brain introvert. If you want to try to study what that means, there's 4 quadrants, and there are shows on RFD TV and probably at the Pirelli website that will explain to you that there are ways to classify each horsenality, and then you can deal with the aspects of that horsenality the way you want to and need to, and doing it safely. Now, Sadie is doing a nice trot. Can you stop here for a minute, Anielle? Did you get her to canter?
The other way, yes, this way now.
This direction. She's always been, come a little closer because we don't have mics. She's always been one-sided, as are many horses. So you're having trouble in clockwise direction to get her to canter?
Yes.
Okay, and what have you tried? Because you do have a crop in your hand, but you don't have spurs on. Yeah?
I haven't tried it with the crop yet.
Okay, all right. When you got her to go in the other direction, was she pretty responsive? Mm-hmm. Okay.
A little wiggly, not quite along the rail the whole time.
Yeah. And I don't even care about rail, I just care about straight. Okay. And it's sometimes harder to do straight, of course, if you're doing a diagonal. And this isn't a big arena, but if you take the diagonal, go for a straight path, look forward, look ahead, you should be able to get straight. So we're going to do a lot of this off camera, but before we bring the heifers in again with Sadie. But you see, she's not giving you focus just now. Okay, see, try one more time to do a canter. If you can't, we'll talk about it off camera. We'll use our tools. But really, today's objective is using her haunches and being able to move them. Okay, her head is up. If you can, with a high, oh, you got it. Yeah, I'm okay on just a few steps. Okay, and then make a small circle to kind of slow her down. Try not to use the reins. We only have a side pull on her mouth. Small circle. Oh, good. I think she's cross-firing. She lost the canter. Okay, go ahead. Now that you've asked for it again, let's do it again. Then find our moment of resolution. Yeah, I knew that she would do a whoopee. That's her personality. Okay, come to a stop here. Okay, remember what I was saying about sitting on your pockets, bringing your legs somewhat forward. Okay, now ask her to back the way I explained it to you. Out, out, and legs forward, and in and out, in and out. Good. Okay, that's not bad. She could be much more lethargic than that. Now I'm going to go out there with my tools and help Danielle to get the focus of Sadie, to get her a little bit more energetic in the back and then in the stop. I went to, years ago, a clinic at UC Davis, and a guy came out on the, it was in an auditorium on the stage, and he looked like Santa Claus without the red outfit, and he had a bag full of something. And he took that bag, went into the middle of the stage, and poured it out onto the stage. And they were a bunch of expensive tools. And he said, you know, you can spend your money that way, but you can get the job done other ways too that are a little bit more economical. So I'm going to show you my economical tools today that I use. Somewhere is my blue flag that was $57, but other than being a so-called ergonomic handle and a piece of, it wasn't exactly plastic, but it made noise like plastic, you know, it's just an arm extension and something that makes noise that allows you to apply pressure and then immediately remove the pressure when you get the right answer, because horses learn by removing pressure. Can you come closer? And I'm going to get in front of you. Okay. And now you probably don't need your crop, but you can hold on to it. It's easy to hold on to. But I want you with your sitting on your pockets, using your legs, a little bit in give and take with the reins when you need it. I want you to ask her for a back and try to get her to back halfway across the arena on the diagonal with energy. And we'll aim for straightness. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put this caution tape tool that I made a while back down. I took a fireplace tool that's not too heavy, added a blue plastic bag, and I'm going to use that coupled with a stick that I picked up off the ground. If I need to, cue Sadie on her breast, because when I go into her space, she's pushy sometimes. And I take whatever I can and touch her on the breast, and she doesn't understand that that means move away from it. So we're going to continue to train her to give us the right answer, to move back, and then to stop on her haunches, and then to follow a moving object, and then to do cow work with my heifers, my Mini Zebu heifers. Okay, so speak up when you can, since we don't have mics. Ask for it.
Back, back, back.
Keep going, keep going. Okay, now you're only using one leg.
Just trying to keep
Come
it
up,
straight.
come back up here.
Step up.
Sadie sure didn't understand that, but Danielle was only using her right leg.
I was trying to keep her straight.
In and out, right. Okay, use your crop for that if you can. Just behind the cinch, touch her with it if you can. A really good way to ask a horse to back is to go in and out without touching the sides of their body, a little bit forward so they see it in their peripheral vision. And I'm going to add this pressure and remove it as soon as we think she's giving us a nice, straight, energetic back. Okay, you ask for it.
Back, back.
Did she feel better?
Yeah. She
Yeah.
slowed down a little bit as soon as you stopped.
Yeah, okay. Here's what Danielle said. I could see that Sadie was bulgy-eyed. She gets that way when she's not quite sure what is the right answer. Come on back up. And as soon as I stopped the blue flag, yeah, that's when she slowed down a little bit.
Down, yeah.
Okay, we're gonna associate this blue plastic bag, this stick only if I need to have an arm extension to touch her on her breast, and we're gonna do it one more time for today. Okay, go ahead.
Back.
Good. Good. She went pretty straight. Good. Now, as soon as I stopped, she stopped, right?
Yeah.
See if you can do it without it.
Back, back.
Remember, you're not touching the sides of her body. You're just going forward with your legs a little bit in and out. Good, good, and she's giving you frames. Good. Okay, so she was doing fine with the blue plastic bag pressure. Then we stopped it, and she stopped. So I asked Danielle to see if she could do it now without this pressure. She was doing okay. Danielle has to remember not to touch the sides of her body when she's cueing with her legs for a back. Because if you touch the sides of her body, that would be telling her go forward. Yeah. Okay, try it again without the blue.
Back.
Sit on your pockets. Better, better. Don't pull too much on her head. Good, her head's coming down. Immediately stop. Immediately stop. We do want to get that vertical flexion, that break at the pole. So the way she's going to know that that's what we want is we're going to stop the pressure. Okay, now what I'd like you to do is come around at a trot or a canter, whatever you're comfortable doing. I want you to bring her up to the fence and ask her to whoa. And what I want her to do is not slide. That's not what I want, but I want to whoa with her butt, with her haunches.
In the middle of the fence here?
No, you're going to go this way. And it's called fencing. It's a good way to teach a horse to give you a good soft haunches stop. I'm going to get behind the camera, and you'll hear my instructions. And what the horses usually do when you're first fencing is they anticipate and they stop before you want them to. So be ready to tell her no. Don't stop yet, but tell her with your body when you do want her to stop. Okay, she gave you about 3 little steps. All right, back up now. Good, good. It's a little bit crooked, but that's all right. We'll work on straightness. It ain't easy. Okay? Come back up here. Look where you're going. And then anticipate when you want to say whoa and be real clear with your voice command. Be real clear with sitting on your pockets. Be real clear with your legs slightly forward. And then we'll see if she'll give you a haunches stop, because you really need that when you're working cows. Better? Okay, back. We always back, especially when we're training for cow work. When we stop, we always take a few steps back so they realize that we're asking for haunches work. Make a smaller circle and come back here now. One more try, and then I'm going to leave this camera on Danielle and Sadie, and I'm going to go and move the simulated cow machine that I've built here, one of the first ones I ever built, also economically. Look forward, look forward. Don't look at her ears. If you want her to stop, look over her ears. Okay, now trot towards me and do it again, and be real clear with your voice. Better, better. Okay, and a couple steps back. Okay, now I'm going to leave this camera. Again, we don't have a camera operator today. I'm trying to line them up on weekends. Have 3 or 4 people, maybe even 5 if we're doing harness work. Now, I'm going to go and move the cloth cow. And I'd like you to walk around and be at least 8 foot from the fence. She can see that cloth cow because it has white socks on there for ears. She's done this before. We just need to do more to get Sadie, my youngest horse, to do cow work correctly. No U-turns, haunches stops. Okay, now I'm going to move it, so good. Now, your job, very briefly, and you probably won't do it well, is to go parallel with this moving object. And when it stops, you stop with your sitting on your pockets, with your very clear request to hoe, and then take a couple steps back. Every single time you stop, especially during training, okay? I'm going to come this way and do some slow random moves. Go parallel. For the next few minutes, you will be watching the simulated cow and not Sadie. Okay, over. Yes, and over the haunches. They know that. They know not to make a U-turn. Good. Good. And while you're backing, I'm going to turn the cow. Good. You've got a little bit too much pressure on her nose. You see, she's throwing up her head. What you're going to do is you're going to get her into the habit of throwing up her head. You actually want her to stay collected and soft. And so that's actually, past safety, one of the most important things. Not keeping up with the cow, not yet. Okay, now I'm going to go back to the south. Good, she's going over. Good, now I'm coming back to the north. That was good. But don't leak in towards her, Danielle. What you need to do is stay parallel, and you know what parallel is. Equidistant the whole way. She's licking her lips. She's saying, okay, I think I know what you want. Nice. Okay, stay parallel. Do you see that you're leaking in?
Yeah.
Okay. She's going. She did a nice pivot over those back legs. Okay, I'm going to make this a short round. Now I'm going to go back again as soon as you start moving. Okay, back again. As soon as you start moving back. Her head's coming up because there's a little bit too much pressure. You're going to read her body language. Yeah. And you're going to get a real good feel. And once you realize that she's doing what she has to do without you, your job will just be to stay out of her way. With your body balance, with your hands. Good, good. She did a good pivot. One more time back. If we get the right answer, we'll call that nice. Her head came down. Good. Let's stop. Pet her. And you know what we usually do when we do cow work is when we're all done following the moving cow, we get off. We say, we're done today, girl. So why don't you, it's kind of a message to them that they did a good job. And we turn them back out with their herd mates, and we do more and more practice until we feel comfortable bringing the Zebu heifers in, especially my youngster Seela, who is extremely energetic when it comes to giving us something to practice for cow work. Come on closer, Aniel. Just tell me what you think you learned today, or what you think you need to do better on, and what's our plan for next time.
I think I need to be lighter with my hands because she's very sensitive to that. But definitely with your help in the backing up, she was much better than when she was when I was just warming her up out here.
Okay.
And she's definitely a very fast learner because at the beginning of the cow, she was kind of not sure what was going on, and at the end, I wasn't really doing much, and she just knew what to do.
Yeah. And boy, if you have a fast-moving cow and the horse moves just as fast, just be ready.
Just stay on.
To stay on. Stay in the center. Yes. Stay out of her way. And I think you'll want to do some more cow work practice after that. Okay, that's all for today. Sonia Sokolow, the Urban Cowgirl. Here's our next session. A quiet autumn day. We've got Sadie saddled up in a flat saddle. Just for a change. You really don't even need any saddle if your horse knows what to do and you can stay centered. We're just trying to back her now. Good. That looked good. Come on now, towards me and do it again. We're just repeating what we did in the last session. Using a crop if she's not straight. Good. Back, back. Trying to get that vertical flexion. And as soon as you get it, immediately release pressure. She'll know that that's the way she's supposed to be carrying herself. Okay, now last time when we were videoing Sadie using the cloth cow, the one that goes north-south here, we were just watching the cow for a couple minutes. And not Sadie, but I was describing what Sadie was doing. This time, for a couple minutes, we're going to watch Sadie with the camera and do essentially the same thing with the cow. And then when we're all done, if there's time permitting and Sadie's behaving in that corner, I'm looking at it now, you can hardly see it, my two little heifers are sitting. We're gonna walk up to them and have Sadie move them around. All right, now I'm gonna do the cloth cow in the middle of this line of fence, back and forth, and you're gonna be my cue. When you step back, I'm gonna move it. Around, around, around. Nice, nice, not fast, but nicely done. Back. Good. Try when you get, yes, when you get parallel, try to get that hip over. Try to be parallel to the fence, okay? I wasn't paying attention. You know, operating this cow is important too. You gotta kind of know, you gotta keep focused. Good, 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 good. We've got a side pull on Sadie's face, good. Good, good. She's not throwing her head up, and if you were holding too hard on her side pull, she would. Good. Very nice. We're done for today with the simulated cow work, but we took the time and the trouble to get the cows here. Now straight ahead is Rusty, my bull. He has a vasectomy, but because it's not cutting his balls, and instead of vasectomy, he still has hormones, and he was very hormonal today, and you're hearing him be hormonal. And the two ladies, the two heifers, are right inside the arena at that corner. There, here comes Seela. She is usually the wind-up toy here. Good, good. Yes, Susie's moving too. She's following her daughter, but not as fast. Rusty's right behind you. We hope that Sadie doesn't get upset, but you know, a ranch versatile horse has to be able to handle these distractions. You know, realize that they're much bigger than the bull and not be afraid. Don't treat them like a predator. Okay, here are the cows. Okay. If you can move them both this way, think about which way you're going to put Sadie to move them this way. And a little bit of yeah, yeah, yeah. Nice. Nice. Back Sadie off a little bit. Back her off. Okay. Okay, now Seela is right here. I would leave Suzie where she is. Walk behind Seela and see if you can get her to go to the westerly direction, which is where the camera is right now. Now that means you may have to do some fancy footwork if Seela tries to join up with Suzie. Good, good. Around, around, good. Yeah, you want, yes, to the fence if you can get there. And if you can get to that south fence before Seela does, she'll turn. Okay, now turn over the haunches. Good. Can you get here? We are picking, okay, can you go over the haunches? Boy, every second is a challenge when you're working with real cows. Doesn't matter how small they are. See what you can do. Think about being out there in a large herd in Texas or Wyoming. Got to move them from one pasture to the other. A lot of rotation goes on nowadays to keep those pastures alive. Good. Over the haunches. Okay, she got maybe scared by Rusty. We'll have an interview when we're all done. That was sitting the saddle good. You see, it's just a flat saddle, but if you're centered, you're pretty safe, even if you have no saddle. Okay, let's see. Come, follow them. That's called rating. Follow them. Come towards the fence, though, because you want to turn them this way. Good, good, good. Yes, exactly. Stop, and then back off, and then ask again, and use your clock or your clock for a trot. If we're cantering, we usually kiss. You tell me, where do you want to put them?
That corner.
Okay, that corner. Think about it. This is a quiz. And then they may come towards Rusty, which means you got to turn her fast and get in her way. Good, good. Good, stay, yes, stay between the heifers and Rusty. For another moment, short lessons, small step at a time progress. We're asking a lot of Seela today, Sadie today, because Rusty, it can be. Okay, now that's when over the haunches and a quick canter to that fence would have been appropriate, but man, the bull's there. Could you get Sadie to go there? That's a big step. We're not ready for that step. Good. Good. Go with her. Go with her. Parallel. Try to stop her from coming over toward the east fence. Good. Don't go all the way up to Rusty. Let's not involve hormones if we can help it today. Yes, good. Back her off. Very nice. Very nice. Okay, you try to turn them one more time without having Sadie be afraid. Look at Rusty. You probably didn't see that, but he's pawing the ground. That's his hormonal nature. And I on purpose did a vasectomy because I want him to be here protecting his heifers. I live on a creek. There are a lot of predators. Yesterday there was a very large bobcat in the middle of my horse corral in the middle of the day. Good, good. Yes, give her confidence. Give her praise for the right answer. See if you can. Yes. Use your crop to make noise. A little bit of leg pressure to go forward. Now she's a little bit antsy. Back off, because Rusty's right there. I don't blame her. You know what? Maybe come along this east fence and walk into them. See if you can get them to go down the south fence. We're just kind of playing here. Good, good. Over the haunches. Good. Good. Over the haunches just a few times, just like we did with this cloth cow here. A few times over the haunches in the middle. Yes. Go parallel with them. If we get a good answer from Sadie, let's stop and back and say, good answer, thank you. Good. Yeah, a little more, a few more steps. Okay. Okay, back. A step or two. Always stop on a good note. Okay, we made tiny baby steps today. Come on over here and let's see how you felt about it. This is not the kind of lecture that you can fall asleep in. You've got to be with her, with them, the whole time and think about what you need to do to get her, this 900-pound horse, to move those two heifers, which are each about 500 pounds, when Bull Rusty, that's about 600 pounds, is on the other side of the fence. It's a challenge. Come on closer, please, and tell us, because we don't have mics on, what you learned today, what you think we should do next.
I think she needs a little bit more work just getting used to it, but even when she did spook and she was scared, it wasn't out of control, like trying to get me off of her and run away. It was just kind of like, whoa, what's that? So I think she's definitely very brave, and just a few more practice sessions and she'll be able to deal with all of that. And I think it's easier when the cows are not having herd instinct and kind of sticking together.
Yeah, so maybe our next session, Seela alone, Rusty and Suzie on the other side of the gate, which is way over there, so that they're not trying to inch up to him. And I don't think we need to cut the arena in half next time. Okay. We cut the arena in half this time so there wasn't just too much running around or running away from. But we can move those panels back against the side vinyl fences. They're out of the way. They've got wheels. We've shown this many times. And yes, practice with mini cows is what we're talking about. That's this thread in season 31. See more at www.urbancowgirlchannel.com.